bourbon.
I was gonna do it, but I'm not gonna do it because God forbid you'd have to bleep another word. Like that's you're like, don't say the S or the F word. You guys. Don't say the S or the F word. I was gonna be like, C. Would have been funny. Everyone would have laughed, but you gotta ruin all the good times.
Let me scooch.
Give a little scoochy scooch. All right. Set number 2 for the night. Not that you would know, viewers at home. And, oh.
Me too?
We're having a communal here.
Yeah. Right there, baby.
Cody's getting handsy again. It's that time of the night. All right.
Until he's done with all these.
Yeah. Video doesn't begin until Cody's hands are in a proper location.
Oh, Cody.
Ooh.
Not right now.
Cody's like, what? What are you guys talking about? You lunatic, Cody. All right. Another set. Another blind. Let's do it.
Yeah. Previously, we had our first craft that was worth a hot god dang. Almost smells like a Brown Foreman. It's got that chocolate char and a lot of cherry.
Yeah, chocolate and char. Are the 2 things I was going to mention. There's so little room down there. How could you be comfortable being like under our feet?
Yeah, that's I mean that's pretty much the long and short of it. Maybe marshmallow.
Maybe like
I don't want to project when I think it's around like Old Forester or something. Definitely get cherry and oak.
Yeah,
I get just like the slightest suggestion of a little bit of like barnyardy, like something like hay-like, but mostly it's what Cody just already said. Smells good, but fairly standard.
Smells pretty good though. Nothing about it that like throws me off or like,
and just
it's like nothing super interesting, but at the same time it's like comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it's got
familiar.
It's got oak.
Inoffensive.
It's got caramel. It's kind of darker. It's got fruit. It's got wood.
Just a tinge of smoke. Give it your shippy ship.
Punches well above everything else.
Woo-hoo. God damn.
It's not just you this time, Rick. That one's it caught me off guard anyway. I'll say that. A little bit of orange slice.
Holy moly.
Yeah, pretty much follows the nose, but there's also something else in there that, regardless of the ethanol, or some kind of, I don't know, some kind of like bland acetone flavor as well.
Well, it's once I get the past the alcohol punching my throat, I get just like the char oak chocolate.
Definitely it's cherry. I get a lot of pepper I can taste. Once you've after the initial first taste is out of the way, it's definitely not nearly as hot, but still a lot of ethanol there in the back end.
Yeah, it's mellowed quite a bit.
But there's something like it has those flavors, the oak and cherry, but something kind of chemically about it. Not even like artificial, just like it's like you had a piece of wood with cherries on it, and then somebody put like it's that like clear liquid that like laminate. It's like
lacquer thinner.
Yeah, or like
that the opposite.
Like laminate or something. Yeah, like something. Yeah, it's just like the flavors were there, but then you took that, and it's like now it's kind of artificially ethanol-y about it, and not just not because it's like hot. It's just something. I mean, it's still not unenjoyable to me, but
it's very energetic. It's more on the bright side of the spectrum than the dark, and I don't think I would describe it with anything as harsh as what Cody just said, but it's and for me the intensity is mostly the heat, and beyond that, yeah, it's kind of fairly typical flavors: oak, corn, orange. Nothing's really jumping out at me about it, honestly, being frank. Any thoughts from you, Rick?
Yeah, like I was saying, it's such a, like, once the heat's over, maybe I'm just missing the lighter part of it, but I'm just getting like darker stuff at the back, I guess. I don't know, just the chocolate and char.
And, yeah, like a darker cherry or something.
He's chewing on a like a bear. All right, well, let's just move on to 2 then.
Let's move on to poo. This is like butterscotch, but acetone now.
It's like
it still has that like ethanol-y,
Now this one,
fake kind of flavor, but the main thing is
honey.
Butterscotch. Yeah. There's something.
there's
Something on the back
on-
end.
Yeah, there is.
There's something like a
I hope we can pin this down
like a
because it's
pear or
interesting.
something like fruit, but like
Yeah,
but more not as like sweet as that. There's like cucumber or something like you know what I mean?
there's something. It might be vegetal. It's gonna take a minute to track it down.
It's like a honeydew or something.
Yeah,
It's in that realm, like honeydew, cucumber, pear, that like lighter, crispier, more like refreshing kind of like, but less flavor. It's not like a
might be like kind of
maybe an apple.
squash. Yeah, I like cantaloupe, honeydew area, but it's I don't know. It's not quite that sweet. It's like
I think I get more like a green apple, specifically green for sure. More like a waxy.
I'm getting. I don't know. The more I smell it, the more fruit recedes from my mind, and it becomes more like herbal.
Oh,
It was a nice, interesting note for sure.
you have to
You vile
You
creature.
have to like slow motion that. I was just like doing this, and then all of a sudden,
Splashed
like
out.
half of it splashed. It was like
Jeez.
a lot. Yeah, see. Well, obviously I licked myself too, but curse you, Lord!
Cucumber as well.
Yeah, it's like
Could be.
something. It's something like, you know, like when I say green apple, I mean like a lot of the skin too, not just like, you know, like sweet apple crisp or something. It's like it's that waxy skin too. So there's a little vegetal note, but it's not like a vegetal where I'm like
I'm gonna go
that like root taste, you know, where I think it's vegetal, where it's like, oh, it's not that vegetal.
I think
but it's not sweet
compared
either.
to
It's like
cucumber. I'm gonna say more like zucchini. Like
see, that's even worse for me almost. That's
It's
like
like-
more vegetal.
then I wouldn't say. I mean, zucchini and cucumber to me are equally vegetal, but the cucumber is like stronger. Zucchini is a little more, is a little slightly more sweet. I don't know. I mean, whatever it is, we're kind of dancing around it without probably hitting it
I think it's a
exactly.
little sweeter than that, but yeah, whatever. But I first got
And I'm getting
butterscotch, but I don't as much now. But, yeah, I
and
don't
also a
know.
little bit of like kind of a perfumey vapor too. It's like some kind of like if you like it's not shut up. I'll make a montage right here of all the completely wrong ass notes Cody's throwing our way, like blueberries.
There's no wrong. It's all subjective, unless I'm
Smoke
saying it
wagon
and it's
blueberries. Look that up and tell me that's like a good note.
right. Blueberries, dude.
No, but it's like it's not the smell of perfume. It's the like the aerosol where it's like you're in a if you shot a perfume like in a closet and it's like that amount of stuff in the air. It's like a mustiness, and so there's like a little bit of that.
Let's see how it tastes.
Pretty much how it
Wow.
smells, but
It's very sweet and
a little sweeter than it smelled.
caramely. I wouldn't say it's like it doesn't really taste like butterscotch. I'd say caramel.
What does he have?
It's a teddy bear.
Oh, it's crunchy.
I don't know, but it was crunching before when he was sitting under me too.
We're gonna get up and it's gonna be your laptop under the teddy bear.
I will say that I'm now getting more apple than I smelled.
You know, like a caramel, like a Werther's. If you were to combine like a Werther's hard candy with a. What was the first thing you say, Cody? Not tapioca. That's way off.
All right,
well, butterscotch.
Butterscotch. Thank you, Cody.
Yeah, it's I think maybe even more so on the taste. It tastes like butterscotch and green apple to me.
There's definitely a little bit of butterscotch. It's come back as I've tasted it. The apple, yeah, I'm really like trying to figure out what apple, because like you're saying green. To me, it's a little more. There's some tartness there, but it's not quite as.
For an apple, it is more on the slightly vegetal side rather than super sweet.
Yeah, that vegetal is really driving me crazy, because now it's like it's way less than it smelled vegetal, but it's still. It could be like carrot juice. It's like a little sweet, but it has that different character than a fruit sweetness. All right. You want to say anything else or move on to 3?
Let's move on to 3.
I've moved on even though I've forgotten the first one tonight.
All right, number 3.
It was, like a little butterscotch again.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of.
Yes.
A slight fart smell.
No,
Cody.
Cody.
I don't know. I don't really smell anything else. Maybe like a pie crust or something.
I smell a little like taffy. It's like that.
That's what I smelled last time. Blueberry taffy.
It's not like a specific fruit or anything. It's just corn syrup taffy.
Nanner taffy. All right. Yeah, I don't know. It's not even strong butterscotch. It's like weak butterscotch, and like that's it. I'm not corn maybe. Because, I can convince myself of, like, corn between, like, butterscotch, caramel, and honey. Corn is just, like, I can confuse any of those 4 things with each other, honestly.
Butterscotch is definitely there. But you also, to me, I'm getting, like, some sort of, like, a pastry, like, glazed type pastry that would be
I said
little...
pie crust.
Did you? All right, there you go.
2, but take away the vegetal...
Yeah, that's a good point.
But less interesting, less distinct smelling to me. I don't get a whole lot.
Crusty or bread or whatever you want to call it.
Something.
You mentioned banana fleetingly, and I could see like a banana bread, something that's not like pure banana, but
oh lordy!
You mix it in with some butter and some other sweetness, like brown sugar probably.
Rick's recipe for zucchini. I don't know. I was going somewhere, but it didn't materialize quick enough.
Did you guys start tasting this one yet?
Not yet.
Oh, whoops. I didn't either. Wink, wink.
Rick's recipe for zucchini hot dog is pretty delectable as well. That's all I got. Come back next week for better.
He wasn't very impressed,
hopefully.
unfortunately.
All right. Bottoms up.
Mm-hmm. This one tastes... What are you doing?
He said bottoms up.
Oh. This one reminds me of one a bit, but it's not quite as big of a heat flash.
It's just kind of...
I don't know about that.
It's not hot. It's just like one was
But
a
also,
fireball.
one was the first one we had.
Right. And I acknowledge that's why it was like that, but...
Yeah, I just don't... Struggling to find flavor notes. It was like caramel, corn, but that realm. It's like you had really hot corn juice, and then somebody accidentally dropped a Werther's in there, and they're like, oh, crap, and then they fished it out. This is not really in there, but it's not just corn. Yeah. There's like a little something.
The scent profile is similar to 2, but the flavor is similar to 1.
That 2 is definitely butterscotch. A 3 is just... Like, it's not unpleasant. Like, it's good-ish. It's just... There's just nothing really there. And it tastes pretty okay, but if you're looking for, like, complexity or something darker, then it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, it's just... I don't know what this needs. It needs, like, a couple more years or something. Maybe some finishing. Like, I don't know. It just, like...
Just needs a lot.
It comes up just... mediocre. It's kind of average. Now he's between us chewing on
That's the cutest thing I've ever seen from Ricky. He said, oh, Cooper. I said, what, Ricky? He goes, Cask.
We don't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
Bust him out in front of class, you know? Alright, number 4.
Number 4. That one didn't taste like a whole lot. It tasted kind of watery. Ugh, that one almost smells like seaweed. It's definitely vegetal. Bit of sweetness in there. sarsaparilla thing,
It's
but
kind of earthy. I was gonna say
it's not even that. It's like beyond that.
This is the least aromatic of the four, I think, because it's.
Yeah,
I
I'm
have to get my
having a
nose, like-
problem.
I feel like it's probably
trying to
harder to
find
smell like the
anything.
earthy ones.
Yeah, no, it's. I have to get my nose like all the way in there to smell this one. That's rough.
If I do that, it burns my nose trying to smell.
Yeah. It has a little petrichor. It's like.
Guess we're gonna make up words now. Sorry.
No, that's the smell right after it rains. It's like if you had. Well, he's knocked over the thing now.
It's still sweet vegetal as well.
It's kind of the smell of like I guess that's what I mean. It's like
It's like
a garden that when it
It's
on a
like
rainy
there was
day.
a sarsaparilla root sitting in the mud and then it rained.
I mentioned also for the fourth glass in the previous set molasses a little bit, and then I want to say maybe something like beets here. I'm getting like a garden. But it's not like that sounds like a bouquet of all the. No, it's like there's something in that garden that I'm trying to pick out. I don't know. I'm gonna start sipping it and get some assistance from the tongue. You know.
Yeah, I do. This is way more vegetal than it smelled. I don't get as much earthiness on the taste. It's not that flavor that I always describe, but it's like in that same wheelhouse, you know? It's that sweet vegetal.
You know, I kind of get like a
green tea or something sweet, or
I was gonna say a little bit of sweet potato.
We can do teas.
We could. No, I like something like yam, like a little bit.
You've gone off the end, Adrian.
What do you mean? You said it was sweet and vegetal. That's what those are, and it's like, it's
Yeah.
It's a little God, what is the word? Starchy. That's the word. Starchy. God.
I think I was getting closer to like the yam, sweet potato. Both like, oh okay, okay. It's like
As long as it pisses you guys off, it makes me happy.
Clearly.
Listen, this is just like football. I have no stake in the game other than to piss other people off. To make them feel what
Well,
I
there you go.
want.
That defines Cody for everyone wondering.
like sweet potato and dirt, like dirt and carrots and like V8 or something.
Yeah, it's delicious. I feel like you haven't had a V8.
He didn't say it wasn't. He just said.
No, I'm just that. I don't know about a V8.
I don't think I would quite go that far because of all the things that brings
V8's
in.
like 95% tomato.
Right, the tomato's the problem there.
It's
but
like 95% tomato and 5% celery seed.
Just I don't know.
You were close.
Garden-y.
This is very sweet.
Joking.
This is very sweet off the top.
Yeah,
it then gets like what I'm gonna call starchy in the middle, and then it has a somewhat weak finish. Kind of fizzles out, leaves some heat. It sure is.
I don't know.
I'm cautious about hanging our hat on how vegetal these are. Really, like
I
this
think
number
that
2
one
and number
is-
4, and number 4 to me. Number 4 to me doesn't scream vegetal. Like it does to the sense of like, okay, sweet potato is technically a vegetable, but it's like this one over here. Like we were talking cucumber, like zucchini. No, not cantaloupe, but
Yeah, no, but for me, 4 was
Squash.
was easily vegetable to me, just to me. But I'm just saying, like in general, because we've, including those root sarsaparilla, whatever the shit. But even beyond that, like the earthy or vegetal ones, I wanna like them, but like I just like they instantly go to the bottom for me. Like they're just not.
and part of me
It's
wants
just
to say,
weird for me, like it's.
Part of me
It's
wants
just taste, but like I don't know. When I have a bourbon, I'm like, oh, like caramel, fruits, honey, cola, whatever. I don't want to be tasting like a freaking like whatever, like a zucchini.
part of me wants to say there's like something like along the lines of Dr. Pepper in here a little bit too, like something that adds like just a fleeting note of cherry. With that, I think we'll start an informal break. All right, so snake it back. Let's go back to 4.
Ooh, snakes.
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 I don't know, no snakes.
What happened, Ricky?
I can actually smell things now with this one.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
It smells less vegetal, but
Now it's just like,
I can't tell you what it smells like outside of that though. Corn. I don't know.
yeah, now it's like corn and sweetness. Like, I don't know, it's like broad term, but like,
Confectioner sugar.
I guess
Maybe. No.
Like
brown
sweet,
sugar maybe.
like that syrup in a can of sweet corn.
Brown sugar.
Tastes pretty much where we left it.
Yeah, it's a little less vegetal, but actually, even for me who doesn't like vegetal, I don't think it helps. Because if you take that away, then there isn't really much left. It's kind of just
Yeah.
corn and...
God, it's so these are so hot to me.
I feel like they're just packing too much ethanol for the amount of flavor that they're bringing in particular.
More run of the mill, fits in squarely in the middle of the pack. Yeah, some bourbons just don't compete well, and they're perfectly good shelf sippers, you know. All right, so back to 3. Yep.
Hey guys, it smells like corn.
Check that out. I get a little bit more of
Brown sugar.
yeah. There's a little bit of a
Oh, yeah.
glazing going on this
Corn,
on frosting,
brown sugar.
maybe.
I'll glaze you, baby.
And
Thank you? Question mark.
I think to me it's better than 4 because the vegetal taste wasn't even there in 4 the last time. This one at least gives us like some darker caramel and like brown sugar.
And
Well, this one's corn too, but like it's a little
vanilla.
slight variations on those things, you know.
Foundationally, they're pretty similar. I'd like to report something better than that, but
well, it is what it is, you know. Maybe that's just all there is to it. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
it is what it is, not what I wish it to be.
yeah.
As to Cody's point about how corn can be so similar to other things, I'm getting a little bit of corn husk. Yeah, I don't have much to say about it, so we just move on to 2. Start
Yeah,
smelling
Yeah,
that one.
that is like.
It's,
Unfortunately, we don't have anything here that tastes peanutty, but kind of
In
different.
this group, I kind of wish there was a peanut guy, because that would really
Yeah.
stand out
Yeah.
and would kick ass right now.
Yeah, try, but I feel like 1 was the only one that stood out, but I'm
2
sure it
is-
won't now.
Mr. Butterscotch.
What did I say? Oh yeah, that's
Butterscotch.
yeah. Well, yeah,
Like
and I said the
100%,
green
almost
apple, the
100%.
green apple,
And
and
this
that's
one-
what I get a lot. But it's not even more so like the flesh of a green apple. Again, it's that waxy skin, so it has like a little more of that vegetal.
Those, like, because we mentioned a little bit of butterscotch with 3, but this one's more like the butterscotch got baked into something. It's like there's like a finished, I don't know, loaf or some kind of like pastry that it's like a little bit more done.
It's a little more like you had like a Werther's in 3, and then 2 is closer to like a pudding, where it's like just more.
Mm-hmm.
I am getting green apple peel, but actually, for some reason at the back end, it like an actual green apple.
And I get that on the flavor too. I think, like, frankly, it's probably like raisins or something. You know, I don't f***ing know, effing know. But I'm gonna keep doing that every time I have a mistake and I say it, a curse word. I'm gonna
This one seems to be
I'm gonna
dry.
self bleep myself, even though it's far too late to do that.
This is gonna be a nightmare to rank.
I think I've got,
I got
so
the theme.
far.
Bourbons whose flavors are hidden by extreme ethanol burning in your throat.
It seems to be the theme a lot of
Like,
time, doesn't
covers up
it,
your-
Ricky? If you're just like we were saying, we were looking for craft stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's like, just like, okay, we're looking for a craft. Okay, then get some barrel proof.
First, number 1.
They're all hot. Well, I don't think anyone. I haven't tried the first one yet, but I don't think anyone stands out as hotter than the others. To be fair, because it always seems like everyone we start with is like the hottest,
Yeah.
and
It
then
is.
that one seemed kind of hot just then. Like,
Mhm.
yeah,
All right. Well, we got into 1 yet? Let's do 1.
let's go.
Yeah.
Oops.
So now I'm getting a little bit of that root smell.
Yeah, I don't even smell like crap on this one. This one seemed like the one when I initially had it that like stood out from
Yeah.
the other one, sort of.
Yeah, same.
But
I think it was pretty much the same we said about the rest of them.
corn,
Corn!
it's corn. Wow! smells like possibly corn. And I guess brown sugar or something to make it darker. It smells darker. It smells darker than just like corn, you know.
Yeah.
But
there's a bit of a youth note.
Maybe oak.
Zip it.
Wow.
Zip it.
Bottoms up.
No, Cody.
Yeah, there is a little more smoke to this one to me.
Let's call it just like overcharring. Even like I don't know if it's pleasant.
I'm tempted to celebrate that just because it's something different.
Actually, I was like, man,
I'm like in between. Yeah, I'm like, I get
it's
you.
Definitely
but I also don't want to give it points that aren't earned either. We said that about, the one we had campfire a few, couple
it's like
months ago.
nowhere
near that.
Nowhere near it. So I don't really want to say that. But
right.
It's like 1%. It's like, yeah. I mean, like as far as a bourbon can go with that.
Hold on. It's 1:59. Is it going to go to 2 in the morning, or are we going to enter some kind of weird time?
Or are we Indiana? Is this an Indiana thing?
It went from 1:59 to 1 in the morning.
Wait a second. So 1 + 1 = 1? How does that work?
Very minimally iodine Ardbeg over there. Like, not to say it's unpleasant. It was just like, if you're expecting a bourbon, it's probably unpleasant, right? And it's not that. It's like 1/10%.
Right. All right. Let's rank these.
I think. Hold on. Fart. Oh, fart. It's closer than I thought. But 1 and 2 are actually like 2 is like
1 and 2 are hard to pick.
2 is just like corn, like we said. But honestly, it's not bad. You know, like
2's got some depth.
Come on, Ricky, we got this, baby boy.
Home stretch.
I love you, man.
I love you too. I think I got my order.
Yeah,
it's just...
give me a minute.
Go ahead, Rick.
2, 1, 3, 4.
Not.
Tastes like
4
wallpaper paste.
I think we're probably gonna all agree on most of that order. Damn it.
I can't be friends with you anymore, dude.
It was a good run.
No, this is just for the cameras.
We're better friends than before now.
I understand.
And I will not stand for this. Good night, sir. I'm going home.
Wink, wink.
Cut.
Yeah.
It doesn't even get in his car.
Secret
He just
handshake.
walks home diagonally straight to his house.
It was like drinking fire.
Yeah, that's
These are about the same proof as that first set, believe it or not.
That's what I would have guessed. I would have guessed maybe a little lower.
Why was the first set more?
Because they were better.
They had more going on, which helps distract from the heat.
I'll be shocked if these are like better bourbons and we just. You know what one tastes like a little bit?
Yes, Ricky?
An hour and 13 minutes we've been
Damn. I guess I got my order, but it's a toss-up. It is a tie for me, but I'll just,
like a stranger in Moscow. Ow! Little Michael Jackson for you, Cody.
Well, Michael Jackson for that ass, Codes.
I don't know about it.
Well, Cody, I think you're ready before I am, so why don't you go next? What was your order again, Rick?
2, 1, 3, 4.
Okay.
I suppose I'm going to echo Ricky's sentiment. 2 and 1 are honestly like tied for me, but I guess I want to go like 1 because it's more complex, but I feel like 2 is more akin to something I would normally drink. They're like tied. The only thing that's sure is that 4 is the last for me, and honestly 3 being second to last, that's sure too, but nothing lit my bottom aflame. Honestly, this set, I will be disappointed if it was anything special, because nothing on here had more than like 2 flavor notes. Nothing was complex, All of them tasted too hot for what they were bringing to the table. I wasn't like disgusted, but 4 was a little rough for me because it was vegetal, but that's just me. But none of them, aside from that, were like super unpleasant or off-putting. I think 2 out of the 3 of them were like perfectly pleasant enough, just not special.
I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's fair.
Of course, I'm gonna be the guy that goes.
No, I mean,
more different, but like I'm with you, Cody. Like 1 and 2 are such a toss-up.
I yeah, I almost randomly picked 1.
2 is literally so much like the others. It's like, that to me is like, okay, that screams of like this is what you get when you have something made a certain way. You get a bunch of them that taste like this, and so if you can avoid yours tasting like that,
2 and 3,
I guess I'll give that the nod.
Pretty damn similar. It was corn, but also like half of one other note.
So okay, so 4 was the worst.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably what I would have called.
Every night.
Number 4 was Pinhook High Proof, which is
more craft.
Bourbon Dini is the horse, 16 hands.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
They have a weird label.
We didn't
system.
guess a theme. Oops.
It's a pink label. But...
Yeah.
All right, number three, Traverse City, barrel proof.
Yeah, it was kind of just normal. Not offensive, but not good.
So, okay.
This is what I got right here.
Place, Heaven's Door, single barrel cask strength.
That's expensive, isn't it? What do we got price-wise so far?
We'll get to price. I gotta probably think about it. So that means number 1, which Cody might be pleased to know, possibly, is New Riff.
King Butterscotch.
Single barrel proof New Riff.
Huh.
So
no, not really.
It won, and it was the one you wanted to try.
Yes, because I definitely wanted to. I'm glad I got to try it, you know, for sure, because we talked about this. How much was that, in fact? Well,
I think that runs like 60-ish.
Is that it?
For the
because they have constantly like the single.
New Riff is frustrating because it's hard to tell which of their stuff to get if you're gonna get something, and obviously they have the ryes. Put the ryes aside for a second. Like, what if you're just like trying to get a bourbon, and it's like they have the regular bourbon, they have the single barrel, I think they have a 10-year. They have the single cask
like
strength.
90 proof too. That's the thing. There's but even that like the 90 proof when I was looking like this, they always had like the single barrel 90 proof.
By the way, the theme was just the same as the previous set, which is new. It was gonna be that one we ended up going with new faces, same old places. This one's going to be new faces, different places, because we have these. None of these are MGP. I looked them up to double check.
Did you rewrite the theme of the last one after?
Yeah, because these we could call this Craft 3 if we wanted, but I think to piggyback off the other one, Pinhook technically is made by Castle and Key, but everything else is made by the distillery on the label. So. None of it is MGP, and Castle and Key is a craft distillery anyway, so that would still count as craft.
Yeah, I remember when Pinhook was starting to become a big deal for a minute.
Yeah, but they're still too young. I think they need a couple more years for their stuff to age right.
But they've been around for a while.
Yeah,
they're not.
Yeah, but Pinhook was getting MGP until 2020. They switched to Castle and Key, so now it's they're still, I think they're not quite, and Castle Key's fairly young.
Give them a couple months till they switch to Bardstown.
But New Riff makes their own stuff, Traverse City makes their own stuff. Heaven's Door does.
I think that's...
By the way, Ricky, Heaven's Door, owned by Bob Dylan.
That's what I was going to say. That one's got to be expensive, right? Let's go through the prices.
All right, let's see here.
Let's see. Aromas. Orange baking spices. What?
For who?
For
these are in the back of the label.
New Riff.
I love them.
It's
like the best of all worlds.
So Pinhook was the cheapest out of these. It was about 60. I think the New Riff's gonna be about 65. Heaven's Door is gonna be 70. This wouldn't be normally that much, but because it was bought in Michigan, the Traverse City was like 90.
Really?
But
why would it be more where it came from?
It's a store pick, and then also at Michigan you can charge whatever you want. So, but the Pinhook was price controlled, so it was only like 55 or something. But,
yeah, I wouldn't pay that much for any of these. Yeah. Unfortunately,
these were. It's weird. It's like part of me is like, these are about the same proof. Mm-hmm. It's almost the same theme, and like we just had a totally more negative experience with these. And it's like, part of me is like, are we just like, are our tongues tired? Are they really as
like
bad?
I said when we were tasting them? I don't believe that, but I swear on my life, those first set was much better. It was more viscous and more complex, and it wasn't just corn. That one.
I mean, that was our genuine experience, and you never know. I mean, it might just be that these hit us different. I will say, like,
maybe
for what it's worth, like, kudos to Heaven's Door for like making a better showing than I like really expected from them. I avoid celebrity bourbons like the plague, but yeah, it was.
So
it didn't just like my fear is, like these other three kind of just tasted like, this is what happens if you have a cask strength bourbon
corn.
From,
you put corn.
And it's just like New Riff might be slightly higher quality, but they all kind of had that same like.
Yeah, that's disappointing
result.
For me because whatever.
To the point you're making right now, I think we would all agree that these are very close. Like if we were to give them grades, we're not talking like probably A for one, D for another one. They're going to be like pretty close.
You're right.
I don't know. It's there's no solution to our problem. It's just,
shut up! I hate you.
Unless
Cody.
unless we come over every single week and drink 5 off the shelf and constantly compare them. Yeah, we just can't.
He's stopping you, little sexy guy.
I'll get right on that.
Don't you talk to me like that. Adrian feels like he's been through the
I've been through a car wash tonight.
The what?
The guts course. He was like little Jamal going through the guts course, like flipping, doing like freaking flips through every jump. Remember?
Oh, guts! Yeah.
That's Adrian.
That's
He's
me.
drenched.
I'm having issues this week, boys. I don't know what it is.
Look at him.
Oh, he's touching the top.
Because he's dumb.
He doesn't like crouch at all. He just like walks.
Well,
all the way up
that's
to his haunches.
when he was like a little puppy. I'd put him in there to try to get him used to it, and he'd push over against the side, so it'd be at like a 45-degree angle like this, like half tipped over, and you'd hear him going like, you'd hear him in there, and he'd be going, like, you idiot, get your nose off of the side of the frickin' thing. What do you think about banana? Hold on. What do you think, Adrian? Zucchini bread or banana bread?
What do you think?
Yeah, I wonder what Cody wants.
Get out of my house. Just get out of my house.
Well, I mean, they're both without nuts, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Does that matter?
Yeah, well, it does. It does because. So my answer would be if it's homemade, based on our family recipe, it's got to be zucchini bread. But if it's store bought, banana bread. If there's no nuts.
Oh, punch me in the nose, Ricky. Tell it to cut it out. No, it did it. Tell it to cut it out. I swirled it. I gave it little swirly jobbers.
Yeah.
It was a good rendition, Codes.
I was hoping Ricky would back me up, but
we'll just break out into song and we all sing our parts, and I'll be back up, and Rick will be harmony.
It was not to be, Cody.
I'm banging my eyelashes at you. How could you? How could you? How dare you? How could you deny me?
We live in a daylight savings region. Rest of the world.
Tell you about how it works.
Uh-oh. What's happening? How does it work, Codes?
You're sweaty.
You just kissed my sweaty ass forehead.
Why is your forehead so sweaty?
I told you.
It's not that
roasting
hot.
down here.
It's like 70 degrees. My dog's choking on his sleep apnea ass.
He's having dreams.